Hi, my name is Wallace Gordon Jr., and I'm the eldest son of Ruth and May Gordon, who passed away on June the 11th of this year, of 2020. I just wanted to say a few words about my mom and the things that she's done for me that impacts my life today. She taught me a lot of things, um, and one of the things she taught me is to always have a goal in life. One of the things that she did every year was she always liked to have a garden. She liked to have her vegetables in the garden. So that was like a goal that she had. And I remember growing up, um, she would teach me how to go in the garden, how to plant the seed and fertilize it and water and that sort of stuff. Um, and it was hard work. But the goal was at the end of the year, I guess, was to have fresh fruit or fresh vegetables or whatever we planted, whether it was strawberries or whatever. Um, but you gotta have, she said, you gotta have a goal. You gotta have a goal. And I didn't understand that until like years later when I went to college and I dropped out and I found myself sitting in a government job and I just was not fulfilled. It was a good job. I didn't think that I wanted to do that the rest of my life. And I remember having a phone conversation with my mom. And at the end of that conversation, it went kind of like this. She said, if you have goals in life and something that you really want to do, you have to be ready for it. And you have to get your education, son. And so I went back to school and completed my education. I graduated summa cum laude. She was at my graduation. I graduated with my master's degree. She was at my graduation, my mom was. And I fulfilled that promise to her that I would, in order for me to reach my goals in life or whatever, I would get my education. And all her life, as long as I know my mom, she's always had what they call rheumatoid arthritis, crippling in her joints in her hands. Her hands were disfigured from this. And I remember most of her life has always been that way with arthritis and stuff. But one of the things she taught me was that you got to take care of your health. I think a lot of that stuff from her hands were like, I don't know, it's just like from working hard. I remember my mom used to be a maid working cleaning people's houses, and I know she didn't wear gloves in those hands that she was using to clean and stuff. So I think that might have impacted the reason why it had affected her health later on in life, you know. But she always said, you got to have a good health, son, and if you want to be happy and successful, you got to take care of your health. And in order to do that, you got to be able to get up in the morning when things are hard and you're trying to reach that goal. You got to have good health, but you also got to have you got to make yourself or force yourself to do things even when you don't want to do it. You got to get up and do it. And she said that, and I've learned things too, as life goes on, things don't always turn out the way that you want them to turn out. So she's teaching me that you got to have a backup plan. You got to be able to think your way through things when things are thrown at you and things that are obstacles in front of your path or whatever. You always got to have, you got to be resourceful. You got to have a backup plan. And I teach that to my daughter today about this sort of stuff. And you can't quit. You can't give up. You know, so many people get so close to their goals and they just give up. I had an interview for the job that I have today that I'm working for, and one of the questions that my boss asked me at the end, she said, Wallace, what is the one thing about you that is unique? And I told her, perseverance. No matter how tough things get, I don't lose sight of the goal. And I always try to figure my way around situations or to resolve the situation or go on or move on when it gets too hard. Sometimes you have to understand that This object is not going to move. You have to move around it and keep going. And I believe that's the reason why I got the job. Perseverance, working with teams, helping them through issues and problems and that sort of thing. And my mom, I learned a lot from her because she had, throughout her life, I watched her and my dad go through issues and different things, whether it was job related or family related, whatever. You got to have perseverance. You can't give up, even when things seem like they're at their worst. And all of these things in trying to reach your goal, one of the things my mom always taught me to remember was that we didn't come here by accident. There had to be a higher power or somebody or someone or some being who made it possible for us to be on this earth and to enjoy the life that we have. And whatever we do in life, we always have to be thankful, and give thanks to that being, because you can't do it by yourself. And she's saying, if you remember all these things, then you will be a successful person. You will have a successful life. It's not about money. If your goal is about money, about having houses and boats and cars and motorcycles and all this nonsense or whatever, that's not really success. But success in life is really when, at the end of your time, you look around and you see what you left. Family and friends who remember you, who will always have you in their heart no matter what. That is success. And the fact that you did that and you believed in God was the one thing that she always instilled in me. Sometimes I just feel like you just want to believe that there's no God. But my mom, she always believed in God. She always prayed for us. Every time our family, we went through things, she always prayed. But her success, I believe, was because of God. And you look around at all the people that love her and the people that she loved. That's my mom, Ruth Gordon. May she rest in peace and remain in our hearts.